buy it. I'm gonna hate it.
I'm gonna buy it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it.
You gotta.
I ain't asking for the world here. I'm just asking for an 8-ball and $2 million.
I'm late, but I'm here. Welcome to episode 23 of Collecting Justified.
Hold on, this is hold on! Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess! The Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
Even though that's the most successful video, you'd think
Uh-oh.
All the tea in the ocean.
Uh-oh.
I swear.
Uh-oh.
All of it's going in the ocean.
He got two! He got two!
Kenny, what
Yes.
Superman figure did you pick up this week?
So here's a good look at my red cyborg Superman. Still don't have for the collection, but
Disappointed!
Kaiju on the left.
Yeah. It's a baby
There's not a
kaiju.
thought behind those eyes.
No.
Not a single thought.
Cool party.
Your Boys Got Toys is back. And
babe, Justin just doubled my salary.
Oh shit.
You're number one. I'm number one.
look, it's not easy to jump from a moving vehicle onto another moving vehicle. Okay,
The side of a truck.
yeah,
You know.
their injuries will happen.
What a piece of junk.
David, this company is the go-to for highly articulated anime figures.
Is
Timer
it
started.
Amazing Yamaguchi?
David, go on!
David, you were right above the rim. I tossed you the ball, and then you swatted it.
It flames on the side of my face.
This is a holiday for family. Like-
David, so this isn't my turn, so I'm just gonna bring David. I want you to look at around me. Do you see pictures of my family in this room?
Thank you so much for being my friends.
Saturday night and we're live at 9. Yeah. Saturday night and we're live at 9. It's Saturday night and we're live at 9. You know that means it's justified. Just Justin collects, making the connect. Kubo has 2 strings, don't disrespect. Andrew is a Jedi, but he's seeing the dark side. Down in the basement for the 28th time. Now there's David, Evan, and Smith. 3,000 action figures for the toy sluts and basic bitches. Your boys got toys to bring the noise. Love the imports, but McFarlane he avoids. And counterculture is in the space. Superman for days, like it's a race. Now that's justified. Now that's justified. Now that's justified. Saturday night and we're live at 9. Saturday night and we're live at 9. Saturday night and we're live at 9.
Andrew, entertain the chat. Welcome, everybody, to episode 56 of Collecting Justified. We're back at it again, Kenny. We're back at it again. And
That's right.
it feels a little lonely. Let me bring you up. It's the duo right now.
There's so much space in this room.
So, don't know what's going on. Alexi got washed up, lost on a dinosaur island. David, I don't know what happened. Something about locked in a basement at work with mannequins. It's not the basement here that Andrew's in.
Different basement.
Andrew got lost on his way out of the basement. I don't know. He might be here. But for now, it's just you, me, and we do have an esteemed guest with us. And we're going to bring her up here in a minute. But this is Collecting Justified. If you're here live, welcome. If you're on the replay, you slightly disappointed Kenny. You need to apologize in the comment section down below and write us a 3-paragraph essay on why you missed the live stream, okay? Just try to be here live next time, okay? But we're going to have a fun time. If you saw the thumbnail tonight, we're going to talk some Legends, but mostly some Mythic Legions. So that actually might be why David and Alexi abandoned us.
Could be.
Now that I think about it. But we're going to have some live unboxings. We're going to talk to our special guest, Cloud Foxwell, who kind of, along with the help of some others, led us down this path of Mythic Legions. But before I bring her on, I do want to go ahead and knock out this housekeeping. So, like I said, this is Collecting Justified. And Kenny, again, I did not update this slide right here, this first slide. It still says 8:45. But now, as the new fire intro that Kenny here made says, we're live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time now. Come hang out. Let's justify our collecting. You can also, feel free to donate to the channel if you want to. All funds go towards keeping Andrew out of the basement and, straight into the show, into the channel. You can also become a Justified channel member. You see those 2 tiers here. Pause it if you want. That join button is in the description down below, and you can become a member of the Justified. And speaking of Justified, it's looking a little lax right now. It's because a lot of those gifted memberships, they fall off part way through the month there, Kenny. So, but maybe we'll get some more tonight. You never know. First of all, let's thank these channel members, shall we? Shall we, Kenny?
We should. Yeah.
Let's start with the Justified MVPs. We have Z-Man 12-Bat, who was on your show the other night, Kenny. Recap. Right. If you're not watching the recap over on Encounter Culture, make sure you do. Make sure you do that every Friar's Day, right?
That's right. That's Friar's Day.
Also, Compulsive Collector, who was not there, but usually is there with you. John Morrissey, our best friend, our best friend.
Look at that.
Who's now on Instagram, I found out.
Yeah.
I'm over here knocking figures off on my desk, or over on my desk. Also, David Evan Smith, who has abandoned us for good, I fear. St. James, who popped in on the Andrew's birthday stream celebration. Full Star Wars get up. That was fun. Encounter Culture. Kenny, that guy sounds familiar. I think. Bringing Toys to Work, Michael. Dan, Who Reviews, and Gregory Trejo. What's up, everybody? I saw Gregory in the chat. Also, the Justified, right, Kenny? We got to thank the lesser as well, right? Christopher Allen, Displayed Once, Kurt K, Cole's Cave, Ya Boys Got Toys, who might be at some type of wine mixer. I don't know. I think
we might have a secret message.
Yeah. Super Turk 5000, Jay's Toy Collection, UK's Attic Renovations, Chi Collects, Jared Byrne, Jesse Hubbard, Justin Booth, Stu for Lunch, and Cleva's Multiverse. And of course, quite a few of those names are not only guests on the channel, co-hosts, but also, it's the wall of esteemed guests. So the names, just match them to the pictures right here. It's a 2-slide thing going on right now that is going to keep growing because we're adding another one tonight.
That's right.
And here we go. Legends versus Legions. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, Kenny. See, David's not here to kick and scream about how there's nothing wrong with Legends. So
I'll do my best.
Yeah. You played yourself, David. You played yourself. All right, let's get this off the screen. Say hi to the chat real quick. People are piling in a little late. Gregory was here. What's up? Oh, what's up, Greg? Of course you were here, dropping the lightning bolts. Our special guest, Cloud Foxwell, was here. Home Dude. What's up, Home Dude? Gabriel was here. as well. The only thing missing in the intro is any of the legendary
we
knowledge. Zion's here. What's up, Zion? There's one of your. He was playing hooky on Friar's Day, Kenny, but there's John. Holy shit, you're on already. Amazing. Yep. And Frankie Rivera. What's up, Frankie? Z-Man is here. What's up, Z-Man? And William. What's up, William? All right. Keep our guest waiting any longer, Kenny. I say we bring her up, right?
Let's do it.
Welcome to Collecting Justified for the first time, Cloud Foxwell. Cloud, how are you doing tonight?
I am fantastic tonight. This is my second stream of the day. I don't get to geek out this much. This is awesome. So thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. It's a pleasure. You know, you were the first person that came to mind when I said, I want to do a Legends stream. Who can I have on? Cloud. There we go. Cloud. So we have some other Legends enthusiasts in our circle, in our group, but I wanted to have you on first. I don't want it to have too many people on screen at a time. So we normally have a pretty full screen. So, but everybody, Cloud, I think it might be personal. I think David and Alexi, they were like, "Oh, Cloud's going to be here," and they just ditched. As you might need to DM them. And
I think Alexi's uncomfortable because he knows I got a little bit of a crush on him.
Everybody's got a crush on Alexi, so yeah,
right? You got it.
That's why he's gliding in the air right now, trying to get away from everybody.
Over
the ocean. Kenny, you said we had a special message from Alexi,
yes,
right?
Yeah. So this just in, we did get this message from Alexi. So we'll go ahead and play that for you right now.
Hi, Collecting Justified. I'm sorry. We're not there this evening. I'm not there, but this is what we're doing. There's Catalina Island.
Here's the thing. It's the Catalina fucking wine mixer, okay?
And here's me and Amanda, hundreds of feet above the air, I guess, but say how justified you are, babe.
So justified.
Justified.
There you go.
Love it. We were talking before we went live that clip like gives me and Cloud both anxiety, just like over the ocean. Nope, can't do the ocean. Can't do it. I'm in my safe spot right here, surrounded by all this plastic crack. No water in sight, right? No water.
The plus side is once they land, they are at the Catalina wine mixer. So boats and hoes all night. You know what I mean?
Oh, boats and hoes. Nice.
That's right.
Nice. All right. So, guys, we've already done the intro, Kenny. We've already done housekeeping.
Just chugging right along.
Before we get into pickups, let's put the spotlight on Miss Cloud Foxwell here. Cloud. So most of the audience knows you, right? From a little unknown UK channel that I think we all frequent pretty often. I can't quite think of who that may be. But you said you might have been on one of their streams earlier, but for anybody in the chat that doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you like to collect, and how much Four Horsemen is paying you to get everybody else addicted to Mythic Legions.
I wish. My name is Cloud Foxwell. Most of you know me, and yes, it is my real name. And no, I did not pick my name. It was given to me. I have a lot of people ask me that frequently. Is that your real name? Yes, it is my real name. I started out hanging out with Dan Who and the Who crew on his network. We started Legends and Liquor a couple years ago, and I've been on most of those. I collect a lot. It was primarily Marvel Legends when I got into being social. And then I met Trevor Williams, 1/6 Shooter, and I started looking at his work. We were on a stream together, and I'd been aware of the Mythic Legions line, and I picked up their Krampus figure. I picked up the Headless Horseman, and we were on a stream discussing that, and we found out Trevor lives like down the road from me, like the next town over. So I gave him a follow. I'm looking at his work, and I'm like, these things are outstanding. They're beautiful shit. It was all over from there. I went a little nuts. I had a massive, massive wish list that, thanks to the community and thanks to joining the Cabal, a lot of people helped me knock that out in my first year. I started collecting heavily in January of 2023. And in October of 2023, right before Legions Con, I had an Alithia's Brood sigil tattoo done on my side that I got to show the Horsemen, particularly Nate Barch, the artist, who is a wonderful guy, and Eric Treadaway, of course, brilliant, brilliant mind. I got to show them that in person, which was really fun. But it's been, they grabbed me pretty hard, but I do still collect. I still dabble in Marvel Legends. It's just got the nostalgia grab on me. I'm a very big fan of Final Fantasy VII. No, Cloud is not my favorite. Sephiroth is my favorite. My wife and I collect Final Fantasy VII. We're big into Zelda. I collect some G.I. Joe Classified. I collect things that just look cool. Like, I was taking a picture of this guy earlier. This is my first Monster Force, the Delta Red. Ooh. And these guys are a lot of fun. I've got my Action Force ladies and their truck. I have a terrible habit of, if I see something that I kind of connect with, I need a physical copy of it. So music is the big one. Vinyls, CDs, DVD, movies, Blu-ray. I have weird separation anxiety issues. So if I love something, I want to be able to keep it with me. Like, I have a Raziel from Soul Reaver figure. Love that game. I've had him for years. I don't know where he is, but I know I have him. I've got all these little things all over here. I've got little Cthulhu. I've got Hellraiser stuff all over the house. All over the house. It's one of those things where I need a part of it in my life. There's that closeness. And I know I'm defective for it, but this stuff makes me unbelievably happy. And I have met some of the most amazing people in the world. And I'm happy to share my life with them, you guys included. So it's all worth it. It's worth the bills and the debt. We just had a lot of pre-orders hit all at once. A lot of import figures. So a few $100 just kind of. Horsemen are dropping new things. So I wish they paid me to promote there, because I definitely got a lot of you guys hooked on these.
Yes. That commission check would be a pretty nice size there, Cloud. So
that's right. And you've come to the right place, Collecting Justified, where not only do we unpack toys, but we unpack our emotions and baggage.
Yeah. So something like that, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay.
Welcome to Collecting Justified, your therapy session for the week.
We unpack ourselves.
There you go.
Cloud, you saying that you have to have a physical representation of something. I think so. The older we get, the more we see that this newer, like younger generation is kind of the opposite of that, right? Like everything's digital. Everything's digital. When I'm sure we all grew up, you have like all the VHSs in like the entertainment center and like the cases, and then it was DVDs, and we still have a ton of DVDs, right? I still have some VHSs. But that really translates to, like, if you love something, you want a physical copy, right? We grew up, well, I was born in 89, so I grew up through the 90s, and it was just like prime, like just everything, like Spider-Man the animated series, Batman the animated series, Power Rangers, all this. And now you have adult money. So like you said, it's a little bit of everything. It's like, attached to this. And then like Mythic Legions, there was no Mythic Legions show growing up or anything like that. It's all new, but it's all just like perfectly reminiscent of, knights, swords and sorcery. It can just fit in with anything. You can pop and swap, customize. And I find myself and kind of just going through, I'm just following your footprints, Cloud, like kind of following. No, I'm not done with Marvel Legends at all. I'm not done. But as like I've gotten like most of the characters I need, I'm like, well, I don't necessarily need another one of this. And now those prices are going up. So it's like $30 for another Wolverine or an Iron Man. or I can put that towards this new character from Mythic Legions or Action Force or Savage Crucible, one of these indie companies where it's brand new. And there's something to be said about that when you're opening something brand new. You don't really know what to expect, and you get it in hand. And you're like, oh, this is so cool. And born in 89, Justin, only 2 years older than the t-shirt I'm wearing today. Wow, John, that's you haven't changed your shirt since 89, John? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. But what is there anything that like Mythic Legions kind of tugs on your heartstrings from like your childhood, Cloud? Like something that you were into and you were never able to get figure representation for it?
I think it's so I've always been between Mythic and Cosmic and everything that they're doing. I've always loved high fantasy, elves, orcs, trolls, goblins, vampires, obsessed with vampires. I had written an outline of a series of novels I wanted to write as a kid, and they're very, very heavy with vampires and mythic creatures. So it was a lot of that. And it was something I'd always looked at. It's like, that looks really cool, and I like this character, and I like that character, but I've got my Marvel Legends, and it's really, I watched the cartoons, I read the comics, and it just sat deeper with me. But I gave these a chance, and not only do they hit that, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones style, that bit of it, I feel like it also, because the characters are so unique and they're not tied to anything, it reaches back into when I was writing my own stories, when I was drawing my own characters. It was something that didn't exist. It was something outside of Marvel and DC and Image Comics. It really was just, this is this new unique thing, and this is what I wanted to do when I was young and naive and I thought I could do whatever I wanted. This is what I wanted. So it definitely has a huge grasp in that region of my brain.
Nice. Have you been able to pop and swap and create anything like from like your childhood, any of like your old illustrations or anything like that through Mythic Legions?
I honestly never really considered it. I don't swap a lot. I did do last year, they had the armory build. So I made a couple. I ended up giving this guy some bear arms. With the giant horns, I think he looks really cool. So some of it's a lot of fun to kind of create these unique ideas. But the first one I ever made, they did in their All Stars 5+ line, they had a heads pack, and one of them was a Black Panther head, and I was like, I want to make something with that. And it was the first one that really grabbed me. And it took a while, but he's kind of where I want him now. I named him Floki after one of my cats, and he is the Thunderfoot, and he can like summon lightning, and he's got this great big hammer. And I was like, well, he needs a friend, so I'll use the dwarf head that's in there. And I made Bark his buddy, and they're like best friends. And then they had the builders for the game come out. Like, well, now I want an elf that's kind of like me. I want to kind of put me in this story. So they're all unique characters. So it really wasn't making something that I had already thought of. It was driving this bit of creativity that I have not used in a very, very long time to create characters, to create stories. And I've got things that play out in my head just looking at them. And I'll add a new character. I'm like, well, where do they fit in? And it's nice because it gets me back into that headspace. And because of the creativity of the line, I've actually been wanting to start writing again. So I've got a couple of short story ideas I think I'm going to write up and put into the Cabal to see, just you put myself out there, show people what I'm capable of.
Sure, yeah.
And the line itself and the community is full of creative individuals, so it kind of helps fuel that. And that's not something I get in any other aspect of my life. The closest I came was being a musician. And whenever I met up with my brother, I'd get behind the drums, he'd pick up his guitar and we'd play. But that was like the breadth of it. So this is something different. This kind of stirs that when I was a child and I wanted to write these fantastic stories and I wanted to make my own action figures. It lets me kind of touch on that again for the first time since I was very, very little. So.
It's what a friend of ours, was right here in the chat, would call maybe a way to world build, some type of world building, maybe, right, Dan?
Yeah, the
Yes,
textures
yes,
do remind
yeah.
me of beans on my tongue.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that bit. I was in and out of the live stream earlier. I tuned in just for that bit. He was like,
Just
you
caught
should,
that.
yeah, Justin won't even know. I'm like, this is the one part I actually was able to
The
catch live.
part you actually get into.
That's good. I'm glad you did.
I do want to say hello real quick to a couple other people that popped in. Chi Chi Collects. What's up, Chi Chi? And Stu for Lunch popped in as well. Hi, Stu. Home Dude. What's up, Home Dude? And of course, like I brought up, Dan. Hey, Dan. KJ Smith is here as well. All right. So let's see here. So, Cloud, you talk about getting the creative juices flowing with something like this. Another thing that you do on Instagram is it seems to have really unlocked like a passion for some action figure photography. You've put up some really good photos. Is that something that you were tempted to do before Legions, or did Legions kind of unlock that in your brain?
It's all Legions and seeing other people's photography, and these figures really, they just beg to be in front of the camera with the detail, with the way they capture light. I love shooting the skeletons, the fully bare skeletons. Those guys are a lot of fun. They're very posable, and they really take light, different colored light very well. I had zero interest in photography. My mother was a photographer when she was in college. One of my old friends, big photographer, and he did like all of our band photos and stuff. But I was always pencil on paper sketching or writing. You know, that's what I wanted to do. It never once crossed my mind to consider. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll tell you guys now. I shoot on. I've had people ask me what kind of camera I use. This is my camera. This is a Sony Xperia. The cameras on these just happen to be really, really good. I've got my setup right here. It's a backdrop. I've got a couple of colored lights and some bounce cards. And I kind of move things around until I feel like it looks the way it should. Like, this light is too bright. You know, I feel like this should be moved here. The pose is weird. I posted one earlier on Dan's stream of an orc with a hammer over his shoulder. And their articulation doesn't give you this. So I had to pop his hand off and position it so it's just out of view, so it looks like he's holding it. So that's all I'm doing. Is just it's a lot of guesswork. But I've had a lot of support, so it definitely wants me to keep at it. So we'll see. Or maybe something will come of it one day.
Anything that gives you that's the great thing about this hobby, and we've said it on here several times, is it makes you want to. Nobody wants to just buy the figures, and well, I mean, some might just buy the figures, put them on a shelf, and you walk away and leave them. To be able to hop on a live stream, take it off the shelf and talk about it, take pictures of it on the shelf or videos, any type of review or anything like that, or action figure photography, anything that lets you take more joy in the toy. It's kind of an excuse just to play with our toys, right? It's just an excuse.
Yeah.
So it just makes the hobby much more enjoyable, because not only you're taking the picture, you're posting on Instagram, you're getting feedback, you're sharing your love for it. And that's ultimately what we're all doing here, right? It's just sharing the love for the hobby. So speaking of sharing the love for the hobby, Kenny, what time is it? What do we normally go over now?
Would this be time for pickups?
Hiccups. All right. Cloud, have you picked up anything you'd like to show off this week? Or it could be from last week, the week before.
Oh my goodness. So I don't have them here, but I had a large number of pre-orders come in. I think there were 3 of the Final Fantasy VII Bring Arts figures that are like $125 each. There is a motorcycle, the Hardy Daytona for Cloud, which was might have been over 200. I shouldn't say these totals online. There was a big Goofy figure, my wife's favorite character. The Wolverine and Silver Samurai 2-pack came in.
Nice.
They did these little pixel figures. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh.
So they look like they came right out of the game. There's a second series of those, so a case of those. they're sitting in my pile of loot waiting. However, yesterday, my Cosmic Legions all-in showed up.
Ooh.
So
how many figures were in that all-in wave?
7 figures and an accessory set. There's like a generator, and there's some boxes that open and close.
That's so cool.
I'm specifically waiting to open these tomorrow on my wife's day off. She has been in love with this little creature since they revealed him. So I told her we would sit together and have our morning coffee and open this entire wave. So I'm very excited. It has taken a lot of self-control to not start cracking shit open immediately, especially because I want to shoot them. But that's, I think, my biggest pickup is that bad boy. Right.
Do you have a figure from that wave that you're anticipating will probably be your favorite?
Yes. Yes. Where is she? It is Kern Ray. So she's got like the Imperial probe droid kind of helmet. If you can see on the side here, this is her unmasked head. She is so they've got the 2 different body sizes. They've got the 1.0, which is the standard, and the 2.0, which is skinny. She is a 1.0 figure. So the 1.0 females are not very common. Soft goods trench coat. She kind of looks feline. If anybody has seen Stephen King's Sleepwalkers, that awful horror movie from the 90s, she kind of looks like them. So I am unbelievably excited for these. However, these suits look really cool, and I cannot wait to get one of these. If you guys go to the Dorklair YouTube channel, Bill put up a review of this character like immediately. He got it and filmed it the same day, and these are awesome, and they're all compatible with Mythic Legions as well.
Nice. That's just another slippery slope there, Cloud. I have to stay far away from Cosmic Legions. far away.
You know, the odd thing about Cosmic, it's like Mythic, I tend to go all in. Since All-Star 6, every wave I've gotten an all in, and it's when there's enough characters in the wave that you're interested in, it makes sense to just get everything and then maybe sell off a couple later. But Cosmic, I've kind of like the last 2 waves I went all in, but I've been very choosy. There's definitely a number of Cosmic Legion characters I do not own. I love sci-fi. I love the character designs. They're very colorful. They're very interesting. They're very, very different from what we get in Mythic Legions. But high fantasy was always the big one for me. So Mythic will always be more interesting to me. Lots of love for Cosmic, but Mythic is still number 1.
Right. Since you've been going all in on Mythic Legions, has there been a certain figure that comes to mind that was in a wave you had not really any high hopes for it or just no interest, and you got it in hand and were just extremely impressed with it?
Honestly, so that's tough because there tends to be characters that I'm very excited for that are awesome when you get them. And then there's some characters that I'm like, this will be, you know what? He's right here. Sir Elijah from the Necronominus wave.
Great figure.
I thought he was a cool looking character. He has like the new increased range of motion. He's got an alternate unmasked head with the chainmail and a faceplate and an alternate faceplate that's like a skull. I love his hammer. I love the shield, the soft goods. He was always one that I was like, he looks kind of cool. Like, I really like his helmet, and that was the focus. But getting him in hand, he might be like one of my favorite characters next to Sir Enoch. So he was surprising, but not like blindsiding. Like, I had no idea this character would be this great. It was just one of those things like, I think he'll be kind of cool. And you get him, he's like, this guy's fantastic.
Right. Kenny, those 2 figures sound kind of familiar. Those might be Kenny accidentally got 2 bangers to start his Mythic Legions collection. He's got 2 amazing figures.
Oh, you know what? That comes to mind, Kenny, if you're picking these up, All-Stars Thrasis.
Okay.
Thrasis. He was one that I thought was going to be cool, and he is probably my favorite skeleton character now. He's worth it. I've done a couple of. I did like 3 photos of him the first day I got him. He's worth it too.
That's
okay. No, that's not. I like the skeleton thing is certainly cool to me. Like it just looks. It looks like it displays well. I'm always fascinated by the skeleton thing anyway. So yeah, if Thoracis, I'll take a look at that. Yeah.
He's a good one. He's got some cool soft goods on him.
He rivals Enoch for like amount of accessories that he comes with.
Okay.
He does
so much. Well, I got him in the mail and I couldn't wait. I opened him like downstairs on the couch. My wife was sitting right there. And I'm just like, I keep pulling accessories like out of the box. And she's like, how much does this come with? It was just so fun. It's so fun. All right. So Kenny.
Yes.
What did you pick up this week?
Okay, so it ended up actually being a fairly busy week. It was starting off slow, but some of the things I had been waiting for came in a little bit earlier than anticipated, which is not a bad problem to have. So, for Legends, the Gamerverse 2-packs did come in. So the Wolverine Silver Samurai came in. This Wolverine is fantastic. I know he's a little bit big for Legends, but I am absolutely loving this figure. I feel like he's got good weight to it. Like it's a hardy figure. All right. You know, if that makes sense. So
chunky boy.
Yeah. So I don't really have any complaints about this one.
Nice.
The Cap and Venom 2-pack also came in. So again, just nice figures. And the shield effect is something that I am absolutely in love with as well. It just has such great display ability, right? So
can you fit the broken shield from the Secret Wars cap in there like a puzzle? Like put it together.
I think, I mean, you would be able to, however, like unless you glue it or something, it'll fall out, right? Because the way it clips in, there's just sort of like a ridge at the top and a ridge at the bottom. So
the tension fit.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So the things that came in early that I wasn't expecting until next week, I did get the Jada Scooby-Doo stuff. So I got the Mummy, the Monster, and then Shaggy as well. So I've only opened Shaggy so far because I wanted to, and actually I was very glad that they came in early because today is the anniversary of Scooby-Doo's debut, right? So Scooby-Doo debuted today in 1969. So it worked out perfectly that they arrived in time for me to make the post today. So shout out Nerdzoic, I guess, because they did show up a few days earlier than expected.
I do love those posts too, Kenny. I love those anniversary posts.
So my goal was to do those every day, but you find that it's very difficult because I'm trying to tie it into the collection, right? So like it's always, if it's something that I have in the display, there's not a thing for that every single day, you know. So
just start making stuff up like Andrew does with his Star Wars facts of the day.
that's the evolution of this whole thing. Yeah. So the other thing that arrived in that was the Mr. Bones. So this was a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, right? And I've said many times that I have largely gotten away from collecting McFarlane stuff outside of Superman, but occasionally I'll pick something up, right? And this was just one. I just think it looks really cool. You know, he's got the skeleton thing, going back to the whole skeleton thing, right? So Nerdzoic had it, and I was like, well, hey, let's do this. So
all right, big nerdy. Is he wearing swim trunks?
No, he's got really high boots, but it does because of the belt, and so it does look like swim trunks. No, they're just really high boots.
Okay.
And then the last couple of items here. So we did get Donkey and Dixie Kong today. So
and those are the 2.5 inch.
These are the 2.5. Yeah.
A lot of those fit in perfectly with like the bigger, like the 4-inch line.
Yeah, it depends on the characters, but some of them really do. And like those are more Carolina's things. So she has a full display for the Mario stuff, and both in the 4-inch scale and the 2.5-inch. So just depends on what she's doing. But a lot of the characters they haven't even made in that 4-inch scale yet, so that becomes a little bit of a frustration too if you're collecting these World of Nintendo figures. And then the Farling glazing on Legions. I guess I should have saved that for next week, huh? And then the last thing, I did pick this up. Now, this is the 2.5-inch Simpsons stuff, but the reason I picked this up is because you do get Itchy and Scratchy in here, and then also Mr. Teeny, right? So I feel like those are going to fit very well with the bigger Simpsons figures, right? Itchy and Scratchy should be small, and Mr. Teeny as well. So the Krusty and Sideshow Mel, well, I'll figure out what to do with those. Probably sell them off. So I'm sure somebody is looking for those, right? So
yeah, probably like $5 a piece. There, bam, gone.
See something like that, exactly. So that is the pickups for the week.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I didn't get anything this week. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, no, nothing. Wah. Hitting a slow spot. Yeah, like Cloud said, like we've been hit with so much here lately. I'm actually happy that it was like, okay, nothing this week. I actually went in and I canceled some of my Gamerverse stuff, like that Wolverine Silver Samurai 2-pack. I might regret it later because that Wolverine looks amazing. But I pulled my 97 Wolverine to sell it because I have my CT Toys Tiger Stripe. And to me, like, it looks great up there. Yeah. And I was doing some rearranging. I was like, I don't really have a spot to put like multiple other characters. So I'm kind of thinning the herd right now to have one of each character. And I might regret it later. I might not. Who knows? Who knows, right? And I had the Cap and Venom on pre-order too, and I actually canceled that because as good as the Cap looks, I really like the shade of blue on the, I guess it's the 80th. No, not 80th, 20th Cap.
The 20th, yeah. So
yeah.
I agree with you. I filmed my review for these today, and I have that with the comparison. I still think that's the best Cap that Marvel Legends has done. It just has like a little bit of everything that you want in a Captain America figure. It is pinned, but frankly, I don't really like that. Doesn't bother it, like people get all up in arms about pins, but
looking back at older figures that are pinned doesn't bother me. It's more of like a brand new, like a $30 figure. It's like, hey, come on, it's pinless now. Can we just get rid of the pins?
And to that point, that's kind of the issue with the Venom, right? Is that it is mixed pin and pinless. But
So there was that, and man, I bought Legions over the past month too. So I was like, I gotta make some cuts. Money isn't infinite, right? And that's sadly, money and space are not infinite. So you got to
drop on Monday. So
gosh, yeah, that 2-pack, right?
Well, they're single figures, but they're only selling them as a pair. So Monday will be the sale. You can only buy them together, and you can only buy a maximum of 2. And then Friday, they're just going up for pre-order. So you can get 1, you can get 50. It doesn't matter. They're gonna do like they're ready to go. So they leave the pre-order open. They take the production run. It's kind of like what they did with the Graveyard Skeletons. It should just be a few months wait.
Okay, cool. They look great. See, the orc guy. It's like, do I need him? I don't know. I want the knight. He looks so good. I have to get the blue knight guy. I have to get him.
Yeah,
he looks great. But I'm glad to see Legions kind of going back and not re-releasing the same figures, but re-releasing the character with an updated look. Because, gosh, and we'll get into it here in a minute, but trying to backtrack in this line can get insane. And they've made so many improvements here lately, right? With these just over the past year. Like just looking at the very first Legion I got was is it called the Dark Templar? The Dark Templar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
That
Legion
was
builder. Yep.
Yeah, that was my first one. It's fine, but no soft goods, limited paint. It's a Legion builder, right? So,
Yeah.
and then putting that next to like somebody like Sir Gideon here,
Yeah.
I'm
Forget
like,
it.
oh my god, it feels like it's not even the same line. It's like when I think like, oh, Marvel Legend, regular Marvel Legend, maximum Marvel Legend, like this is like these most recent like knights are like maximum Mythic Legions. It feels like.
Yeah.
It's the sculpt, the paint, the accessories, the soft goods, and they're wired, and just the quality of the soft goods too.
Yeah.
Not just that they're soft. It's good quality because
They
we've gotten
fit,
some.
They feel right. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of my biggest problems with Mezco, no hate to any Mezco collectors out there, but they tend to look like they have a certain aesthetic and they can look like pajamas. on a character. This it's all a soft goods overlay and it is fit on there perfectly. Like there's no bagginess whatsoever. No bagginess.
And it's one thing. It's CGSM, their soft goods prototyping. They do unbelievable work. And what I feel like everyone's like, oh, look at the CGSM soft goods. Something people forget is the factory has to then reproduce that, and they kill it. They nail it. So it's just as impressive on that end for them to look at this and go, oh yeah, we got this, and give us the same thing we see in the pictures.
You hear about some of these companies like changing factories or like changing even like countries and stuff. I'm like, oh, please never change. Like stay at the current factory you're in. Because like,
I feel like
with Lightning Collection, with Power Rangers, they changed factories when they went shortly after they went pinless. And some of their first pinless figures were like super like loose. Like you just shake it and like the legs are just flailing everywhere.
I feel like with how the Four Horsemen company, how they as a team, there's a reason these figures take a long time. And yes, there are factors of them being a small self-funded company. Like they do work for Mattel, they do work for Super 7, but this is like just them. And so yes, that takes time. When we see a reveal, it is usually in a 3D printed prototype stage, but they are very particular about when they get these tests from the factory. Does it look the way it should? Is the paint right? Does it move right? Does it fit with all the other parts because of the modularity? Everything has to fit the way it's supposed to. So they are very, very particular. So I feel like even if they did switch where these things were being manufactured, their quality control would still be as in-depth, and they'd scrutinize over it as much as they do so that we would get the same quality of product. I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah. And honestly, they're all so good. It's like I'm kind of happy it's limited releases throughout the year, right? It's like, okay, so you can take your time. If you don't have the money to put up front for like a pre-order straight from them, you have time, you can wait. The retailers will put up their own pre-orders at a more expensive cost, but you can wait and space it out. And it's not like Marvel Legends where it's like, oh, here's a wave every like couple months. Oh, here's these like, bam, 2-pack, deluxe. What a full wave. Yeah. So that would be really, really hard to keep up with, even if you're not a completionist.
Yeah.
So speaking of all these other lines, I do want to bring up the slideshow. So the thumbnail here, right now, you see the verses. So we're going to talk about that now. We're going to go over a couple things, right? And just some talking points and where we can kind of just see where everything kind of stands versus big corporate conglomerate juggernaut that is Hasbro making Marvel Legends, and the differences of what you're getting with like these smaller indie companies. So the low-hanging fruit here on this first slide is, of course, everyone's talking about it, prices, right? Everyone's favorite line, the Maximum series, comes in at $50. No one's had a single complaint. Well, the Hulk was 60. Nobody's had a single complaint about Maximum series. And here recently, the news is broke that it's $28 for a regular Marvel Legend here going forward. And let's be honest, I fully expect by the beginning of next year, you can't tell me it's not in the works to just hit that even $30 price point.
Yeah.
It's trickling up, and it hurts, man. It hurts because thinking back to when I was first really getting into collecting, you go to the store and Marvel Legends are $20, $19.99 at Walmart.
Yeah,
you get 3 Legends for $60, plus tax. Now 2 Legends for $60. Like, that really starts to add up if you're somebody I can't imagine if I'm somebody running a YouTube channel doing reviews on like full waves and all in on Marvel Legends, right, Kenny?
Yeah, I don't recommend it. Yeah.
But and this isn't dunking on Legends, right? And all 3 of us here have Legends back behind us, right? So, but I did think it was going to be just interesting talking points. When you look to the right here with Mythic Legions, you can have some sticker shock when you first see it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. And note these are what you would buy at retailer after release. Mythic Legions. Oh, Cloud, you got I'm so tempted by that guy. That's Sir
He's
Baradak.
This is Baradak.
Yeah.
He is the baby of the children of Necronominus.
Baby.
He is a beast. He is
a
beast. Yeah, it's his twin sisters. Forget it. So that's kind of one of the things that got me in the line was I bought I had to get Alithia. She was like the vampire goddess. And when I got her out of the package, before I even put all the accessories on, every time I'd pick her up, I'd notice another detail. I'm like, oh, like that ridge on her helmet. It's a centipede. It's not just, and she's got these little vampire skulls, and that's what this line is. And Trevor does amazing work with his photos. He does such a great job. Yeah. However, you get these things in hand, it is an experience. It is so different. You start seeing little details that are so hard to pick up on camera. Like, I can't pick these up. Professionals can't pick these up. You just need to experience them in person. And that's part of the draw of the line is that detail. And yes, that's why it's an $80 figure, because it's this big and it's detailed shit back.
So much detail, so much paint, just everything. And again, they go out of their way to make everything pop and swappable. And the pauldrons, you can put them on, you can't. And he comes with extra gauntlet pieces, even, right, for his wrists.
He does. He's got the ones you see in the image are the ones I have on with the spikes. I feel like they fit better, but he does have the more like smooth, I guess, like knight kind of gauntlets that you'd see on somebody like Sir Oakshak or the dragon Arakagor. But I feel like these look a little better. And he also has, let's not pick that up. He does come with a shield, and it's got these giant tusks that sit out like this that attach to it. So he doesn't have a lot, but he's got a few. All right, you want to pull that back up?
Oh, yeah.
But you can see the posts here.
That's
There's
really
these tusks
cool
that sit out like this far. Yeah,
cool.
That's really cool.
That's so freaking cool. What's up, No Chewing?
Hey.
Thank you for being here, my friend. Oh, look, we have somebody else. Let me see. It's like the Wi-Fi in the basement is working. Andrew, what's up?
What's up?
Hey. Oh, wow. Looks like a comfortable. Is that another room? Oh, that's the lounge we built in. To the basement.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the addition. It's the basement break room.
That's right.
You know what? So
need a better camera.
There we go. Is this your webcam?
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Laptop camera.
Oh, since Andrew's here now, we can, after we get through this first slide, we can bring Andrew and Kenny up and you guys can unbox your first Mythic Legions and just kind of be playing with them while we're going through these slides and see what you think. See what you think. So, I said before we came on air that I could have fit every price point for Marvel Legends on the left and every price point for Mythic Legions on the right, but it would have been teeny tiny handwriting. So I don't have like the deluxe pricing, 2-pack pricing, or anything like that for Legends. And the $50 and $80 price point here for Mythic Legions are what you would pay after the release or on pre-order through like Big Bad or any Nerdzoic or anywhere like that.
Here you go.
Oh, is that with the tusks? Hold on, let me bring you up. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's
see
cool.
the handle on the back, but it takes up a little bit of space in the display, so I have it just off to the side.
But the price points, if you pre-order straight from the Four Horsemen before these go up on retailers, what are those price points, Cloud?
So they are different. We'll use as an example Sir Enoch. He retails for $50. He cost me $37 to order direct. Yeah, so like knowing that value for that $50 price point to pay like $12 less than that, yeah. That's one of the things that always got me when they introduced certain Marvel Legends characters. Like I think the first like big deluxe was Odin. And I'm looking at him for like, what was he, like $60 or something? And I'm like, I don't see it. This guy Enoch, he's got 2 different heads, he's got different helmet attachments, he's got a sword, he's got a mace, he's got full cloth goods, he's got a cape, and I paid $37 for this figure. So like the value just nailed it. And I do think they're worth the $50, but for $37, forget it. It's just so much better. Yeah. But the prices have gone up a bit, and it's fair with just the way things are changing and how much they're putting into these. Like each character comes with like 5 different sets of hands. They've got the full cloth goods. They've got multiple heads, tons of weapons. So I think the retail price on a lot of the figures like Enoch now are $55. And I think the direct is $42 on some of the last waves. The single figures I think were $42. So it's not a huge jump, but I mean, it's when we're in this hobby and we're getting so many, we're counting all of those dollars. So it does matter.
Count your pennies. And that's just for like the newest waves, like the Horror of Izamal.
Izamal, yes. And then I think it's going to be, you know what? I actually have Mythic Legions pre-order pricing. Yeah, so Ox Crew, the second wave of the Cosmic Legions, individual figures were $37. They retailed at $45. But then we get into Reign of the Beasts, and the standard characters are $40, and they'll retail for about $50, I think.
Yeah.
What else do we have? And then the Horror of Izamal, like Halvard, Igraine, Burris, and Byler, like they're a $42 figure, and they retail at $55. But again, it's like you look at how much they kind of try to shove in there to make the value worth it. They've always been really good at that.
Yeah. And since we're talking accessories, let's go ahead and knock this next slide out real quick. Accessories, right? So these are the accessories that come with the respected figures on the slide before. But note, the Sir Enoch slide right here, that doesn't have his cloak. He has a soft goods cloak that drapes over him with a real metal chain. Like their cloaks and capes have real metal chains on them. Yeah. And so that trips over him, but comes with a couple belts, a dagger / short sword, a full-size sword, sheaths for both shield, a clip for the shield or handle, the head that you see on him normally right there with the chainmail, also a helmeted head with, what would you call those pieces, Cloud, that plug into the helmet? Because
we just refer to them as helmet attachments. You've got the horns, and then you've got the wings. I have the wings on mine. I think that kind of fits the whole Order of Aetheron look a bit better. And again, that figure cost me $37.
The pauldrons and all these hands. So 37 if you pre-ordered it through Store Horseman. And then you look at Feral over here for 28.
Yeah.
A comic book and an extra.
She does have a mini comic book though, so
I mean,
they are printed on both sides.
yeah.
on both sides. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Please.
I actually
please,
forgot
keep that
about
in
that.
mind. Yeah.
Even if you bought him for 50, right? After the initial pre-order, compare him to the Deadpool here, the maximum Deadpool at 50. To me, like the accessory count's probably close, right?
Yeah.
So then you compare the figure itself, though, and Deadpool's not touching Sir Enoch and paint, sculpt, detail, not coming close. Not.
You know, something else to consider that a lot of people don't think about. They'll look at the Maximum Spider-Man, the Maximum Deadpool, and they come with so much stuff. Okay, what are you going to do with that?
Right.
At least with Sir Enoch, he can put his sword and his dagger in. He can hold the mace and his shield. He's got his helmet. Like, you can put everything kind of on him to use it. You put the extra hands and maybe the helmet attachments or an alternate head in a bin somewhere. But with Deadpool, he can hold 2 of the guns. Then you've got a bunch of hands and effects and stuff that just kind of don't get utilized in some way. And I feel like Marvel Legends in general was pretty big on that. A lot of the accessories I have for them are in bins, which is fine. Yeah. You don't need to use everything, but a lot of the stuff from Mythic Legions, they're wearing their weapons. You know, they're holding their alternate helmets. So I feel like it's just, you can utilize a bit more of it.
Yeah. And the figure you showed off a second, Cloud, he's more of a deluxe, right? The 80, he doesn't come with as much, but he's a big boy, right? He's a big boy. Yeah. So you could say that they're more brute size or ogre. He's ogre. A brute size, right? Ogre size.
Ogre scale. Brute. There is a brute scale. They're a bit bigger than the standard figures.
This guy, right? Is brute scale.
Yes, okay. Calazier is brute scale.
Okay. So they're a little more lacking in accessories, but that's more something where you have to get it in hand to really see the value as well.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about that. Let's see here. What's my next slide? Let me see if
to the point about the maximum series accessories, Cloud, you're exactly right. Like there's a lot of stuff in there, but most of it is going to go in a bin. And Spider-Man specifically, I mean, I have the spider sperm here. The amount of times I've used it on this show, though, I'm getting my money's worth. So
definitely. The next slide here is so we'll get into production costs here in a second. Let me bring this up. So Kenny, Andrew,
yes,
you guys want to bust open some Mythic Legions and let me and Cloud know what your first impressions are?
I could.
Let's do it.
You break out the handy dandy knife.
There you go.
Tape.
I believe everything is twist tie past that, right? Right, Cloud. I don't think there's any McFarlane type ties you have to cut.
I don't know where you got them from, but there's usually no tape on the back. They're very collector friendly. You just slide them out. But I think it's just standard twist ties. None of that like posted in shit that you need the little clippers for.
Oh God, I hate those. Todd's trying to kill me with those tiny little clip things. I
hate it.
Look at reseal.
Yeah,
look at that.
There you
look
go.
At that tray of accessories, Andrew.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Sir Andrew. Good choice.
Card slides out very nicely, nice and smooth. Okay, there you go.
You know, and one of the things I appreciate about the way they do their packaging is it is very collector friendly if you want to display them again. And Dan's going to yell at me for talking about my test shots again, but I have the Race Nailer test shot, and I put her in the packaging. So I can display this cool. Now. It's all nice and closed off.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, like Kenny, you just showed off. There's a front tray and then a back tray, right, and then I think he has a bag of accessories behind that.
Yes. So this is the back tray, which looks like all your extra hands, some of the accessories. The shield is there. And then yes, the bag of stuff.
It's cape.
So good.
Yeah. And Andrew, I felt like
another little bag.
Oh yeah, another
belt. More belts. Yeah. And he's got a belt on him that you can like put swords into, and then those will cross over his chest. So if you want to put something on his back, you don't have to use them. Oh, look at that! Come on.
Oh, be careful with the dagger, Kenny. I broke my Sir Enoch's dagger getting it out of the clamshell. Yeah. It was just in there. I guess it was wedged in. I thought it wasn't. I thought I had it all the way out.
Yeah.
And I pulled it and the handle bent. But every one of those knights comes with basically the same dagger, just a little bit of different paint. So if I want him to have one, I've got extra daggers. So it's not a big deal.
I mean, if you really wanted it replaced, if you ask around in the Cabal, I'm sure somebody will hook you up. They're really good about helping people get missing or broken parts.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that they include this there, especially for people who are a little bit newer to collecting, right?
Yeah.
And something like this, just letting you know to warm it up if it's cold.
Yeah, my hair dryer. I will say I have. Oh yeah, Andrew, that's uncanny. Let me bring you up here.
The armor color, so good. He's very good.
His promo pictures do not do that figure justice.
It looks mad though. So.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be? Yeah, he's had to fight his whole life, Andrew.
Well, that explains it.
He just got out of the basement and got told to go fight a war.
You know, there's a character in Necronominus called Sir Adulric, and he has, I think, the face. That skull that you have from should fit on the Sir Andrew figure, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on! How cool is that?
That's so cool. Oh, and I got this aftermarket cape.
I like the cape. Looks
wired.
good.
It's from I wish I could remember who did it. Hold on. I can look.
It's a lot.
Good news. I got the dagger out
without it being broken. I've been lucky. I haven't had any breakages on any Mythic Legions. There is one figure that I'm terrified of, though, Cloud, because I can't get her to bend. I haven't taken a hairdryer to her yet.
Oh, yeah, that's
her
who I was showing off here.
Epic.
It feels.
I do not want to touch this.
Am I crazy or am I just paranoid? The plastic feels a little different on her.
A little. However, the problem was like if you look at the breaks at her knee. There's like a bubble that gets trapped into the plastic, so it makes it kind of hollow. So yes, I tend not to bend her knees. I have warmed her up significantly, but I don't blame you for not wanting to. She doesn't need to run or anything. She's a summoner. She can stand tall, but she is a wonderful figure. She's one of my favorites.
Beautiful.
I love her.
Beautiful figure. The blue skin. Oh, come on.
Her skin actually matches Ilithia as well, the vampire guys, that like kind of ashen color. So I've seen people swap their parts around a lot too.
Is this face? It's similar to like the Igraine kind of look. That I've seen.
Igraine is a unique sculpt.
Yeah. I know it's not the same, but it looks slightly similar.
She is Cosmic Legion's Callian Shun. Uses the Thrice head. Somebody else does too. I think they've used it 3 times, and now I can't remember.
Here, Andrew, I'm gonna bring.
Is that how it works?
Bring you up real quick.
Yeah, no, that works fine.
Yes.
I've seen people wrap it around his hand. The sword itself has a flame that clips right onto it.
Yeah, there's a blue flame effect that goes on it too.
Grab that.
Okay, that's it.
You get options.
Sweet.
So another thing about these is there's like a little side piece. So
here you go.
I ripped mine off the little side.
Oh, the bios.
Because I don't keep my boxes. I throw them out because I don't have space. I don't have space.
That's what you should do.
But I ripped these off just to have like the character write-ups and everything. So you can read up on him, Andrew. He's got like a tragic backstory.
Yeah, I saw it on
He's actually he's based on the painter Joe Vesapolo. It's his son. His name is Andrew, so he named the character after him. And he's got such a color to him and such unique soft goods. Yeah, this was a bit of a sleeper for me.
Say pop
yeah, got
Pop rocks.
Enjoy.
So, Andrew, what are your first impressions? This is your first Mythic Legion in hand.
It is. Seems pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
And very stiff.
If the joints aren't moving, don't force them. Give them a little bit of heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can usually get them if you kind of work it a bit, but it's always just safer to warm them up because like sometimes they just kind of they stick. So when you get that first pop out of them, they're usually a little bit better.
Okay.
But just be careful.
Do you use warm water? I guess
you can use warm water. Yep. Especially if he doesn't have any of the soft goods on him, or if you want to like isolate like a leg or something. I just use my hair dryer as well with like a. You can get it's called a concentrator. It looks like a duck bill, so you can hit specific joints with it if you want to.
Yeah.
Hair dryer, or like Cloud saying that with those soft goods, if you're going to use warm water, put it in a good quality Ziploc bag first. Or something.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd even be.
Like
I don't know.
Brand.
Yeah, I almost want to say don't even do water at all, even with a bag, because there's a chance the water could leak in and ruin those soft goods.
Hair dryer is the way.
Once you pop those pauldrons in to the shoulders, Andrew, those shoulder armor pieces, it completely changes the silhouette too.
Are you talking about these pieces?
No.
Those are wing adapters.
Yeah, they should be in the front tray. Oh no, those right there. Those right there.
Yeah, he's got really nice pauldrons as well.
Z-Man with an 11-month justified member chat. Thank you, Z-Man, for supporting the channel. Love seeing Mythic Legions. Damn it, gotta get me some more. Sorry, Z-Man. Sorry, but what you can do to really get that money out of somebody, right?
Grab his dick and twist it! Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude! Too much. Twist that dick! Twist his dick! Twist his dick! Oh my god, Oh, dick twist!
The old.
So it just pops in. Like
Yep, right there. The newer ones pop in like so easy. I've gotten a couple like the older figures, and some of them are really, really tight. Like, I got this this orc Legion builder,
Shadow Orc. Yep.
I about never got those pauldrons in. It took me a while.
And just make sure if you're trying to heat a pauldron, heat the port, not the peg. So a lot of people will heat both, and then like the peg gets all. What do they say in the heat the hole, not the pole? I think.
There we go. There we go. I like that. I kind of want to get more of these guys. By the way, these are like $26, like on Store Horseman, I think still. So good.
Yeah, Shadow Orcs. This guy right here.
Oh, nice.
He just came out in All-Star 6. He was a reissue. This is Gorthok. I'm not the biggest fan of orcs. I guess I'm a little racist, but this guy's cool as shit.
Right. I like the idea of having just like a little bit of representation from like all the different.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mythical or
goblins,
fantasy races.
Dwarves,
yeah,
all of it.
I've got one goblin. I've got Swig on the shelf. I've got one of the vampires. Who is it? I think what's his name? He's got the purple armor, but it's the version 2 with the vampire head.
Oh, you talking about Baron Voligar?
Yes, yeah.
With, like the scarred face. He was one of my first ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him. I've got one of the snake guys, and for elves, I've got version 2 Artemis, and I've got what's his name with the gold armor. He was a retailer exclusive.
Lige.
Yeah, he looks really cool. It looks really cool. I do kind of want to get a second one just to put like the half orc head on it and those limbs. Yeah. Because it's 2 different characters, right?
Yes.
Oh, Kenny, let me bring you up here. What are you thinking, Kenny?
All right, look, it's fantastic. Detail is, I mean, like an extreme amount of detail, right, in this small figure. So You can like on the shield, you get this really great raised detail. Cloth goods do look good. You're right. Like usually on the smaller scales, they can look really weird, but not the case. Yeah,
the cloth goods on the torso. If you don't look close, it almost looks like it's sculpted.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because it also has like this sort of plastic detail on the edge of the cloth, right? So yeah, it's interesting.
So good. The red paint, like in the gauntlets,
yeah,
and like the upper arm and everything on him.
Yeah.
His legs too, his greaves, you'll start noticing more detail in the lower armor. Beautiful.
Even the buckles and like the tan painted on the
that's like belt. Detail that most companies will be like, oh, who's gonna care about a buckle?
Right.
And they do it. Like Monster Force does it too. All these little rivets and clips and stuff are painted, and I love that attention to detail.
The rivets on like the back of the shoulder pauldrons, and it's his armor and everything even has paint on it. It's crazy.
So really, really cool. And like for me, and I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit, but like the big thing is like there's not really a nostalgia tied to this, right?
Right.
But what kind of like attracted me to getting any sort of like knights or anything like that. So when I was a kid, my aunt was really into like reading fantasy novels, you know, that were really like dragon centric and knights and all that. Like so that's kind of something like I still remember from my childhood, right? Like she passed a long time ago, but just one of those things that I recall was really something she was into. And seeing this kind of stuff, because there wasn't anything really to tie that nostalgia to, because those books didn't make figures, right? Like they were, that wasn't a thing for them. But this kind of picks up in that void, right? So yeah,
right. I'm telling you, once you get those shoulder pauldrons popped in too, start messing with them a little bit, you might start itching there, Kenny. You might start itching a little bit. Oh, Andrew, you got a couple more things on Sir Andrew right there.
I mean, he's holding his shield and
Yeah,
sword.
yeah.
I'm not good with posing just yet, but
it'll come to you. Don't worry.
I also just opened this thing, so
yeah. Oh, so nice, so nice. Yeah, I fell like face first into like all these new knights and everything.
Yeah,
I'm glad I chose to like dive deep like when I did, because just all these great knights have come out these past like couple waves. It's insane. Because what Sir Elijah was, what wave was Sir Elijah? Cloud, was it
Necronominus?
Necronominus, yeah. And then this was just All-Star 6, right?
Yep.
All-Star 6, and they kind of said
which
like
is
All-Star
essentially
6.
like Necronominus Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just flows perfectly into it with the re-releases, the new characters.
Yeah.
And what? So they did in Poxus, they did like what? It was like 3 different wizards, right? 3 different wizards.
Yeah.
They seem to kind of focus kind of heavily on like a faction. Not faction's not the right term, but a type of character in one wave and sprinkle in a couple other, and then they'll like kind of. It seems like now with recently it was the knights. They're focused on improving those. Next, what do you think the next big? Yeah, it's barbarians next, right? So
yeah, that's the one with like rising suns and stuff. So it is a focus on factions. So the Ilithia wave was Ilithia and then Xylonis Flock. So you had the vampires on one side and then elves and stuff on the other. And then, you know, with Necronominus, it was skeletons on one side and knights on the other. So you did see that, like with Poxus, it's all sorcery based. Like the 2 opposing factions are very heavy in magic. So you get these magic based characters. So that's why you see a majority of that. And it really lets them kind of dive into that. Like, this one has, barbarians in it, so we're going to focus on the barbarians and we want to improve on those. I feel like, so with the horror of Ein Zamal,
there's one
there
barbarian,
are different,
right?
There's a barbarian from the House of the Noble Bear, and there is Igraine is from the Order of Aetheron, so the Knights.
Right.
So it's a little bit mixed, but they still have that same look because it's all very cold, very frost-based. Yeah. So like they sit together, but I feel like we're probably going to see more of like the combination waves where it's a little bit from different factions. Just my guess, like if you ask in the Cabal, a lot of people will give you a laundry list of characters that they want to see improved or be revisited with a version 2. But I think they've done their heavy hits with the wizards, with the barbarians, with the knights. Even like the vampires have gotten a little bit of a tweak with the Alithia wave, with like the Baron Voligar version 2 and Alithia herself. So I feel like we'll see a mix.
Yeah. So you think they've kind of done most of their mass improvements right now. So going forward, it's just going to be like a healthy mix and like sprinkling.
So, like, yes, but we're still going to see new. Like, there is the 2 version 2s they have going for sale on Monday. Otho is very familiar. He's got the knight parts. He's got the Valiant Knight body, they call it. But Urzok has a lot of new on him. He's got like it's like a orcish like evil armor, and it's upgraded. So we'll see that. We'll see him going like, we're going to make this type of character with the new parts, but you know what? I don't want to use this gorget. I don't want to use these boots. Let's make new ones. Because Eric is just, it's like since he got really into digital sculpting and what it can do for him, he has just gone bonkers with the amount of detail. So we'll still see even small things like a new set of hands or like, pauldron, something like that. Oh, St. James.
St. James is here. Hello all. What's up, St. James?
James.
Alithia is next to backtrack on.
My favorite still. She's my favorite still. I got the tattoo for her, so
there's so many I want to backtrack on eventually. So many. I feel like it's a ticking time. It's on a ticking clock with Legions too.
So, if you ask the people that have been in it for a minute, we're going to tell you, don't focus so heavily on going back. Like we've seen a lot of these characters get version 2s or improvements, or even if you compare in the All-Stars 6 wave itself, a character like Sir Ignatius, who was such a heavily desired character, you put him next to Sir Enoch and you're like, Jesus Christ, is this the same line? So focus less on going back. If there's like that character that you really just need to have, and like James said, talking about going back to Alithia, she's not that old, so I could see the allure in her. I mean, she's my favorite, but that being said, I get it because I did the same thing. I went back heavily, and then a lot of these characters started coming out of the display in favor of new ones. So don't break yourself trying to go back and get older characters.
Words of wisdom, Cloud. Do as I say, not as I do. Right.
Learn from my mistakes.
I do want to say we have a new Justified channel member, Home Dude, joined the MVPs. Home Dude is the new Justified MVP.
Welcome.
Thank you, Home Dude.
What's up, Home
Welcome
Dude?
To the madness. And Home Dude, if I could give you any more extra advice besides, all our Mythic Legions talk right now, it would be this. Thank you, Home Dude. And that's the type of advice we give out to the Justified channel members around here.
Well said.
Yeah, well said. Thank you. All right. Oh, I already read that. All right. So while Andrew and Kenny are unboxing here, we can hop right back in. Got a couple more slides here. So now that you guys have a couple Legions in hand, we talked about just the pricing, the accessories. Now, getting into production costs when it's indie versus, big corporation. So a lot of why that Feral is a $28 figure is licensing cost does come into it. Hasbro has to pay, Disney, Marvel, whatever they have to pay them for the figures. We're not behind the scenes. We don't know how much that is. We don't know if it really justifies the $28. I don't know. I'm not trying to justify it. But where that can offset is a little thing called MOQ, minimum order quantity. So basically, the way this stuff works, the bigger companies can do larger runs, right? They make more of them. The more they ask the factory to make, it's going to cost them more money, but less per individual figure, if that makes sense.
Right.
So they'll get versus making, if Mythic Legions does a 5,000 figure run, it might cost them the same as Marvel Legends doing a 10,000 figure run or something like that. Not exactly the same, but you get what I'm saying here. You get a price break. The more, it's instead of it costing 50 cents a figure, it might cost 35 cents a figure to make. And then Mythic Legions, the reason they can give us so many great accessories and do all this sculpting, all this painting, they don't have a licensing cost. Unless it's some special figure they're teaming up with somebody to do, like through Four Horsemen. They might have a licensing cost, likeness rights, or something like that. But for Sir Enoch, Sir Gideon, Sir Andrew, just any of them, it's an original character. They're not paying anybody anything besides the designers, the painters, the sculptors, all that good stuff, right? And they have that lower production runs. They're not making the same amount of Sir Enochs as Hasbro's making Maximum Spider-Man. There's probably 4 to 5 times, if not more, the amount of Maximum Spider-Man out there as a Sir Enoch. And that's where it comes into a smaller company. So you can see it's kind of there's a balance, right? How much is Hasbro having to pay these companies to license out the Marvel? Who knows? But let me go back. And John said something in the chat earlier. Crazy how much better the value is when you're not getting squeezed by Hasbro and Disney shareholders on top of other costs, huh? That's a big thing. When you're a bigger company, you got to appease those shareholders. Yep. They don't care about action figure collectors. They just want, why is my next bonus not any bigger? Right. Why are my pockets not heavier? So that's just a little behind the scenes about kind of a lot of times when we're collecting, we see the price. Me want toy. Why toy not cost less?
Me want toy.
Right. And this is just a little piece of the puzzle, just the smallest piece of the puzzle.
Speaking of pieces of the puzzle, where the hell did these things go?
What are you looking at?
I got
good question.
I got these
in a bin. You don't need them.
Okay, in a bin.
So,
good. Okay. Next
I
question.
Can show you.
What about these?
Those are alternate for the helmet. You take the wings out, you can put those in. Let me show you what the wing adapters are. Hang on.
Thank you again, Holden.
So it's for characters that have wings.
Let me bring Cloud.
They peg into, this is it right here. It pegs into the back.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.
And then it's got the ports for the wings. Sometimes people use them to kind of, there's a way to use like one of the pieces to get it further back if you're using like a character with pauldrons, but I mean, there's no real issue with him. He's fully armored up.
Okay.
They used to include them in just everything, and then they stopped. I don't know why they started putting them back in, but you don't need them.
To confuse newbies like me.
Yeah.
It's
just you, dude.
It's okay, Kenny. I had the exact same question. I think it was Cloud that answered the exact same question for me not too long ago.
Yeah, I just gave you the link. Here's what those little things are.
So I'm guessing the shield has 2 different holders.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's
that one?
the handle, and then there's a clip that goes around their waist, their wrist.
Okay.
That was how they used to do it, and a lot of fans missed this, so they started giving us both options.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I do like that. That's a super nice touch, like having the option for the shield.
Especially for the heavier shields.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the handle, to be honest with you. I went to use the clip on one of my knights, and it kind of scratched up his gauntlet a little
So
bit.
the better way to do it, pop the hand off, move it over, and then put the hand back. That's usually the way I would do them.
Right. It is nice to have an option though, because then all these weapons you can clip it on and then have him holding something else,
like a spear with the sword and the shield in front of it. Yeah, absolutely.
So you just wrap this around the arm?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
you can. Yeah. So
here,
when I use those, the bigger end is the projectile piece.
Yeah.
But it's weird because that's usually wrapped around like a staff weapon.
Yeah.
So there's no real rule to it. Do something you think looks cool.
Yeah. You do it like a corkscrew. That's the way I had mine on mine for a little while. I kind of just slowly turned it around his arm, and the thin piece got basically all the way back to like his cape.
Okay.
Or his soft goods. It's such a cool effect. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's so cool. That's so freaking cool. So you can have that on him and then have him holding the sword with like the other like blue flame accessory on it.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. So they do those effects like here, like what Cloud was saying. This is, let me bring myself up here.
That's Thraces. Yep.
Yeah. So cool. That's got like a snake head on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got her holding that too.
So cool. So cool. All right. Let's see here. Let me bring this back up. You're rocking out to it, Kenny.
That's right.
You getting the itch yet for maybe some more nights?
No, absolutely. I can see building out some nights.
Yeah.
Might need a horse. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, what's his name? The horse in my collection is.
I might need a dragon. Shit.
It's Dubon's, I think. Is it
So Boreas is not.
Boreas. It's not Dubon's.
He's not meant to be Dubon's horse, but Trevor took that photo, and all of us were like, they look great together because of the color. So even my Dubon is on the back of Boreas.
Yeah. And that horse is on sale on a few different websites, I think.
He might be on the Horseman site.
I think he is, yeah. He's cheaper than all the other horses right now, and he's great. Just saying, Kenny. Just saying.
Just saying.
Well, he's not the only horse. Flojus is there. Yeah, 55 for Boreas. He is in stock right now. Dubon is in stock. There is a lot of stuff on their website still. A lot from the Poxus wave, a lot from different Cosmic waves. They're like down to like pre-order pricing. So a character like Dubon would run you $37 right now.
And he comes with a freaking eagle you can put on his wrist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just saying. So that's a great segue to this next slide, talking about overall value.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at the big boys, Legends, for example, minimal to no accessories these days. We're not getting builder figure pieces in 90% of the waves. However, you are getting a deep library of characters. With that, they do have several different bucks, several different pieces. They're always tooling up new stuff here and there. Not quite as often as a lot of us would prefer, right? Great art. I misspelled articulation.
I thought you were just going for great articulating, bro.
Oh,
great
I didn't even catch that.
So, apparently spell check is not in this, what I used to do with these graphics. So I think articulatin overall. So yeah, they do, yeah. Not all of them are that great, right? You have a Jean Grey every now and then, but overall articulation on most Marvel Legends is great, right? Your typical Spider-Man.
Dan's a fan.
It's great. This is a stupid. Yeah, there you are, Dan. There you are. Also, lack of soft goods since you're here, Dan. Dan, what?
Which I mean,
why?
That's a weird dividing point for a lot of people. Like,
It is.
A lot of people want them. A lot of like even Mythic Legions fans, a lot of them don't necessarily use everything. It's how they're done, and a lot of them are done poorly. We talked about this earlier. A lot of them are done weird. They don't sit well, or it's like the flat piece of fabric for a cape, or some of them are done really well. So that I feel like matters a lot if you're going to like consider soft goods. Like, are they any good, or are they crap and I'm not going to miss them?
Yeah. And God, Mythic Legions, they're knocking it out of the park with soft goods. So original characters, like Marvel stole all these. I said deep library of characters is a plus for Legends.
Yeah.
Dan, okay? Original characters, which means they're not nostalgic, Dan. They're original. They're new. Okay.
Dan, we talked about this earlier. We're not talking which is better. We're just comparing the two. What's good about both?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll start ranking them any moment now. Justin's going to bring up the tier list.
Good talking points, because I've basically, we talked about it earlier with how Cloud didn't leave Marvel Legends. I'm not leaving Marvel Legends at all, but I find myself looking further away and going more towards more like the indie companies and saying like, maybe I don't need a new Wolverine. Maybe I don't need a new this, a new that. And just, I don't know. It's just food for thought. And also it's a way of kind of like talking about like price increases and stuff without actually talking about it. Also, so when you look at the Mythic Legion side, increasing accessory count, like you said, Cloud, with Sir Ignatius, like you see those accessories and it's like really like, oh, this is the same price point.
Swords,
this isn't
spears.
like yeah, like, oh, that's it. But then you see Thrasis, you see Enoch, you see all these other characters. Like, wow, way too. Sorry, Dan. Sorry to give you nightmares. It's okay. It's okay, my friend. Original characters, such as like new characters, not your Spider-Man that you're nostalgic for, not your Wolverine. Like these are just completely original characters to today, not to the 90s, right? Limited articulation, right? Versus when comparing to a Marvel Legend. Generally your Marvel Legend will have a lot more articulation than a Mythic Legions. That's just facts, right?
Yeah.
However, soft goods, wired good soft goods. Also, there's no comparison in paint and sculpt. There's absolutely no comparison. Mythic Legions is miles ahead in paint and sculpt. You go back to Feral, it bothers me. Like, I don't need the character. I don't need her. But they did a great job with like the fur on the head and like the shoulders, but like these legs are just solid.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. And that really bothers me. I know it's like for reuse and stuff like that, but for a character that's supposed to have all this fur, it's like, hey, come on. You couldn't have done like some type of overlay or something. But yeah, Legions don't come with mini plastic comics. Yeah. You can't.
Yet. I'll go talk to Eric.
Right. Oh, yep.
Still time.
Next wave, Dan. Next wave. You can't find Legions at Raw. That is a good point, Dan. That is a good point. That leads us into accessibility. So the thing with Legends, we'll find them at Ross and Ollie's eventually, right? You find big box retail, Walmart, Target, GameStop, if you brave going in GameStop and being hassled about a pro membership. Also carried by virtually all online sellers, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, etc. You got Nerdzoic, basically in anybody. There's a plethora. Also, I didn't put this on here, but you walk in any like comic or toy shop, any comic shop that does toys, they're going to have some Marvel Legends there.
Yeah.
The same cannot be said for Legions. No big box retail, which I'm okay with, honestly. I don't need to go to Walmart or Target or GameStop.
They're okay with it too. They don't want it to be that.
No, because I don't want anybody in a suit in a boardroom dictating what my toys can look like. So that's if I can avoid it. They are sold at only approved toy stores and comics shops. So you have to be you have to get approval from them to get Mythic Legions direct to basically be a retailer for Mythic Legions. I mean, you could just buy them the same way everyone else does and sell them, but you can be like a store that gets them directly from them. And very limited and high aftermarket prices, where a Marvel Legend, you might be able to find it at Ross, even if it's a good Marvel Legend, end up at Ross. I know a lot of people have been finding, what was that wave with the Dracula, and I think it was St. James.
Oh,
a bunch of those.
the Blackheart wave.
Yeah, the Blackheart wave.
Still haven't finished him.
$5.99 at Ross. That's insane. Ollie's will forever have the exact same figures on its shelf. Forever.
Eternals for eternity.
Exactly. You're never going to see any of that with Mythic Legions. Ever. The best thing you'll see is right now on Four Horsemen, they have some marked down to 37, as well as Big Bad. They have some marked down to 37. That's just because they're the ones that they still have in stock, and I think they're just trying to make space for the next few waves coming out.
You nailed it. It's they used to do much bigger production runs, and they have since scaled back on that. They'd have their initial pre-order waves. They'd have they didn't really do online sales, but they used to bring a lot of them to their shows. Any show that like the Four Horsemen were at, you could go and get these figures at like about the same price you would have pre-ordered. I think like a $37 figure at their table was like $40, but that was pulling business away from their retailers, because people would be like, well, why am I going to get a Big Bad toy store or, Death by Collectibles when I can just go see them at a show and get them? So they've since really stopped doing that. And if they're going to offer figures at their show, they are now retail pricing. The only way to get them at that low price is during the initial pre-order, which I respect, because it was killing their approved retailers, and they would sit on product. So a lot of this is, we're dropping the prices on our website. So any of the retailers who have Poxas, anybody who has All Stars 5, you can match these prices. So it's not like I'm not going to get Big Bad because I want to go here. They're all the same price anywhere. So you can get them at a bigger, like a wider variety of spaces.
That makes sense. And because you're already not having to pay shipping or anything when you find it in person at a show. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's accessibility is a big thing. Marvel Legends has it when it comes to that, and they always will with accessibility. Oh, yeah. And aftermarket, you can go on online as long as you don't wait too long. As long as it's not a fully sought after character, you can still get Maximum Spider-Man for $50.
Couple. Like, there's a very select few Marvel Legends that you will have to pay for until like Gladiator was one of those, and I should have bloody sold the thing. Now they have a new one, but it's rare that you see that Marvel Legend that like commands a very hefty price. Whereas Mythic Legions, if you miss it and you can't get it, it's like I've seen people pay a few $100s for figures, and I could never do that. I will skip having a character in my collection if I'm not going to shell out $200, $300, $400 for some of these. Thankfully, the community has been very good to me, and I think at most I've spent like $65 on a figure, which is not higher than retail by a lot. Yeah. But it's just that's the shitty thing about trying to backtrack in Mythic Legions is they are unbelievably expensive. Whereas to your point, Legends, you can probably find a Silver Surfer, you can probably find a Wolverine, a Cyclops, and not spend through the nose for it.
Yeah, and it all comes down to too, like, this is important to say, buy what you want. If you're watching this stream, you're like, I still don't get it. As to me, what's the big deal? To me, a Marvel Legend is worth $30. Okay, that's your money. And if we're not saying the figures are bad or anything, and we still all collect Marvel Legends, buy what you want. Buy what you want. If a Mythic Legion isn't worth $37 to $50 for you, then you don't have to get them. It's fine. Yeah. If you love every Marvel Legend and it doesn't matter if all of them are maximum price and you would still get them, woof. But that's you. And buy them if you want.
You know what kills me we touched on like just the physical quality of the character with paint and sculpt and details. And Legions definitely has that. That also, like, we understand, like, to anybody watching, that doesn't matter to everybody. It doesn't have to be the most detailed piece of art. It's just, again, comparing. However, that being said, I got to a point in my collection where now it's with Marvel Legends, it's filling gaps. There's a couple of characters out there, or if a significant improvement comes along, I'll replace something. But Legions, I get it. I look at it, I'm like, this is a piece of art. This is beautiful. I'm glad I spent the money on it. I'll get a Marvel Legend and be like, all right, it's cool. It's the character I wanted. But then they go and make a character like the latest Psylocke that is just unbelievable.
So
It's
good.
such an amazing figure. Like, the ass on that figure alone is worth price of admission. Like, my God, if you're capable of that, why aren't they all that good?
Yes. Yes, that Psylocke is awesome. I don't give a crap about that
Amazing.
Thanos. It's sitting in the back of the shelf, whatever. That Psylocke is so great. So great.
Yeah, he's hanging out on the floor over here.
But, and I believe this is the last slide here. So again, the whole reason we're here, it's all going to come down to the nostalgia factor too. And that's where Marvel Legends, Hasbro's going to have you by the cojones, right? Unless you want to go the Mafex or SH Figure Arts route with imports and just spend more money for less characters in that scale. I mean, I get it. And they're great. They're great. Not saying anything bad about those. But Marvel Legends is where you world build. You get in completed teams eventually. You get your comic book characters, your animated series characters, your MCU and other live action characters, right? And with Mythic Legions, did you like swords and sorcery growing up? Did you like high fantasy, like Cloud was talking about earlier? Then these are great representation for that. So it comes down to how do you collect? How do you want to collect?
What tickles you?
Exactly. And I dabbled in Mythic Legions a little bit, and what has pushed me more and more towards like Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, some Action Force, is just feeling like a breath of fresh air, opening something and seeing more detail, more paint, more accessories, because the price of those Marvel Legends, any Hasbro, Mattel, anything, those prices are creeping up and up and up. And it's like, oh, do I spend like a few more bucks and just get this, like Cloud said, something I consider like a work of art, versus just being like, oh, this is a cool figure. So that's what has kind of driven me down the path of being like, ah, crap, these are these are good. Like being mad. These
I feel
figures
like
are so freaking good.
I feel like that's kind of what just Legions, Mythic, Cosmic. So first of all, I think that company, with what they're doing, I feel like there will inevitably be something that gets anybody's attention. You know, like you're like, oh, I like fantasy, but I like more traditional Viking looking characters. Okay, well, in the latest wave, we have Halvard. He looks like a traditional Viking with the braid and everything, and like the chainmail. So maybe that one figure will catch somebody's attention, or they'll find out they're doing the Christmas Carol figures, or the Mask of the Red Death, the Egyptian gods. I feel like they're good at kind of like reaching into different pockets and kind of tugging on those nostalgia strings. But the thing for me is it's just a rekindling of, like you said, just a breath of fresh air, but it's that imagination. They give you enough about the character and enough about the world so that, you know, you can still kind of make it up as you go along, and you're imagining what these characters are going through. Or you don't do any of that and you're buying custom parts, or you're using alternate parts that come with the characters and making your own unique stories. And it really kind of gets me so back into when I was, you guys know Spiro Toys. My buddy Derek Chandler works for Spiro Toys, and we met when we were like 14. And he was like my best friend because that's all we did. We broke out the G.I. Joes, the X-Men, the Spawn, and we laid on the floor and we played for hours. And while that may not be what I'm doing, putting him behind the camera or posing him or just fidgeting on the desk, Legions gives me more room to kind of pretend it is something else. Like, sure, you can do that with anything, but with Marvel, you know what Wolverine's capable of. You know what Deadpool's capable of. So, like, you can't really push past their established. I mean, maybe you're a psychopath and you're like, Wolverine can fly now because I say so. And I don't want to know you, but it's the closest I'll get to being 14 years old, laying on the floor playing with my toys again.
RG.
What's up, Art? RG in the house.
So, I guess it's hard for me, right? Like, look, I own a few Mythic Legions at this point, right? So only a couple, I should say, actually. Nostalgia is a major factor, right? And I don't think anybody disagrees with that, right? That's why Marvel Legends or anything that has a nostalgia tied to it is popular for collectors in general. With the prices creeping up, though, that is a great point, because as they get closer and closer to that $50, then you really have to start making those decisions. Because when I'm at a toy show or something and Four Horsemen are there, I always go and look, because it's always been a line that I could appreciate from afar, right? I kind of compare it to, all right, so like I'm at a museum, I can look at the Mona Lisa, right, and appreciate that. But in reality, I'm just going to be hanging this Indiana Jones poster in my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of that thing, right? So like when I'm looking at collecting and building things out, it's nostalgia, but nostalgia is a son of a bitch too, right? Because it just it won't let you go. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that holds me back from going and collecting these other lines, or maybe exploring those other lines. But Cloud, you made a great point right there too. Looking at it from like the imagination standpoint, or just really taking yourself back to growing up, right? When I was a little kid, I didn't know shit about shit. It's like I see a toy, that toy looks cool, I'm going to get it, I'm going to go have fun with it, I'll create the world in my own mind and go from there. Maybe as I've gotten older, that kind of fades away, right? I guess not so much the willingness to do that, but just the overall process behind creating this imaginary world for these characters. Whereas with, say, like Venom, right, that's already built in. Like you said with Wolverine, like I'm not going to pretend now that Wolverine can fly. Wolverine does what Wolverine does. And yeah, I don't know that I had a whole thing, but then you said that, and that kind of like made me think
it's a shame that it's a shame that that's where we go, because when we were younger, people like, especially not necessarily everybody. I mean, I grew up with people that wanted to just go out and play baseball, but my friends and I wanted to pretend we were playing Dungeons and Dragons in the woods. We wanted to have our Nerf wars or play ninjas or whatever. And I feel like a lot of collectors were in that group of people where we wanted to play, we wanted to pretend, we wanted that escapism. And it sucks that we kind of start to lose it. Like, it's always there, but I feel like as we get older, it takes a bit more to stir those embers back into some kind of flame, so to speak. Right. Like, it gets a little bit more, you can hit that point, and then it kind of just calms down again. So things that will do that for you, whether it's G.I. Joe or Thundercats or X-Men or Batman, that's always going to have that much stronger connection to you. Like, I love my Mythic Legions. They're worth my money. But I have, like, those top 3 shelves are all Wolverine. Like, I have a horrible obsession with Wolverine, and I'm always down for a new one, and I will love it. You give me a $50 Wolverine, and I will love it. I don't care, because it means so much to me, and that does that more. And that's right. It's going to be different for everybody. It's like, do you want something that is new and fresh and unique? Is that what's going to stir you, or do you want what you know? So it's collect what you want, whatever makes you happy, whatever kind of starts that fire back up. Hey,
right.
Hey,
how?
Hi,
about
David.
time.
You're a little late.
I was sent the wrong link. I was sent to the Star Wars stream from a week ago.
He was in last week's stream.
So thanks for letting me in. Hi, Cloud.
Hi.
So you're talking about Legions? I saw some PowerPoint presentations and.
Yeah. Oh, that was really last week's stream. I thought you were joking, David. I'm sorry. That was the link that came when I went.
It really was last week's stream.
Really? Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I was like, yes,
chat.
David's gonna come in because I need like a little bit of Marvel Legends backup, you know. And I sent you the wrong
Star
link.
Wars. The whole chat was like, "Feel better, Justin. Glad you powered through, and you could skip this as a tribute to Andrew's birthday and all that kind of stuff." A mess. I'll be sitting in last week.
He just time traveled.
How does that even happen? What is it?
What's up, Darth?
What up, Darth Sinister? Hey.
Yeah, David, you missed it. Dan actually woke up in the middle of the night with the cold sweats because he felt we were talking bad about Marvel Legends. We weren't talking bad about anything. We were simply, so I had the PowerPoint just as like talking points, right? Just comparisons. There were pros and cons for everything. It was just for some talking points.
I missed the tier ranking. Did I catch?
Oh no, that's
he's about to pull that up.
Yeah.
Great.
But so Andrew, so
Yes.
you unboxed you, little you.
Little me.
What are your overall impressions?
You know, it's pretty cool. I wish it came with like some sort of instructions.
I agree, Andrew. I agree.
I mean, like there's it's kind of hard to see these little loops.
Let me bring it up.
Oh yeah, that's his.
Which sword?
Oh,
Whatever sword you want, mate. I've got
Okay.
a dagger in mine.
Okay. Then I figured out.
There's no one way to do it. Yeah, that's all.
There's
And that
this
one
other
can
thing
go
about-
like. So that one, what you would want to do is take the pauldrons off, pop his head off, and get it across his body this way. That's usually what those belts are going to do. Like again, there's the initial design of the figure, but the good thing about this is just do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
see,
how
like
it
that.
was with Knock.
Okay.
So he has his sheath on the back right there, but it still has the one on the side if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want. And like I've got Enoch, I think I have his swords there, and he's holding the mace. He's on the back of Deacon, which is another horse you need.
I mean, it looks pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to show with the lighting I've got, but I mean, like the gold lines here.
It's like a weird kind of like deep coppery kind of color. It's very unique.
Yeah.
And then he's got the gold outlines on it.
Andrew collects mostly Star Wars Black Series, so this amount of accessories is truly just like a culture shock.
Just
right.
mind blowing.
Black Series doesn't even get extra hands. So.
Speaking of Black Series.
Oh,
Hey.
It's a stormtrooper.
You got to show off a trooper.
That's right.
Nice.
It's the Halloween one.
Of course.
Love it.
Kenny, what are your overall first impressions?
No, they're
Besides the
beautiful.
instructions.
Yeah, I concur with the instructions thing because I'm looking like I had to ask about those pieces, right? Because I'm looking at some of this stuff and I'm like, I don't see a hole to put that. So
It's under the tabard, yeah.
I should have joined earlier. I can map out all the holes.
I needed your guiding hands, David. Yeah. So other than that, beautiful figures, right? Again, the nostalgia base isn't there, but these are absolutely something that I had wanted to add to a display, right? I wanted to do something with knights and sort of build out this like medieval display, right? Like it just something with that. Instead of hanging out at medieval times every weekend, I could just, have these.
You could be in medieval.
I could
And
be.
you managed to get the Sean Connery Mythic Legion.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's ultimate.
Exactly.
He looks like Connery.
He does. He does.
I love
Now, if I can get a King Arthur Is that a thing? I don't know. I would like that, like just sort of like a Knights of the Round Table situation. And
I feel like
So
Gideon might be the Gideon might be the
would
closest.
really appreciate this guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's got an alternate head too, where he's got like the Tom Selleck mustache and like a little ponytail.
Yeah. Which this, oh god, it's a little tight.
It is a little tight, yeah.
I can't find the
Let's see you
holes,
grinning.
and his is a little tight.
Tight. Haven't heard any complaints about how tight it is though.
I don't have his extra
I wasn't gonna say it.
head on me, but the extra head's like a fully.
It's
in a
helmet's
bag
off.
of this in there.
He's got like a bit of a ponytail on him,
Okay.
or like does he have a ponytail? Am I thinking about? He's got an alternate unhelmeted head. So like you've got that, you've got Sir Elijah, you've got the Sir Enoch.
Yep.
Yep.
And
For like the more traditional look.
I did get Sir Enoch as well. So because I was at a show last month? I don't know. Anyway, Four Horsemen were there, and they had the table, and Justin had been talking about this Sir Enoch figure and Sir Elijah figure for a long time. And so I saw them both and was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get this started. But I guess that's how it always goes,
There
right?
it is.
Just takes one.
Tom Selleck mustache.
I dropped it. No.
This helmet on Elijah I like because it reminds me of John Cleese's character in Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Style helmet.
So, David, what's gonna be your first Mythic Legion?
Pass.
Ah,
Oh my god.
All right, David. If you could please rank.
F tier. I'm just not a sword and sorcery person. I've really never been. It's no
So
shade.
this is like I like I know you weren't here. I was saying earlier, like with the horsemen themselves, though, like step outside of Mythic Legions. I feel like they tend to have their fingers in something for everybody. Like they have the cosmic lines, they have the mythic lines, they do the figura obscura. So like they just did the Jersey Devil. I feel like there's a decent chance that like one day they'll do something and you'll go, oh, that's really cool. And you'll have like, that'll be like the one thing you get. So at least you get to, mine
It
was
does
the
have the,
Krampus. I was like, I wanted this one thing to see what the characters were like.
Mhm.
This is Savage Crucible, right?
yeah, David. This might be. Look at that pretty boy face.
I mean, hey.
There you go.
Savage Crucible.
No, I mean, I own Four Horsemen. I own Father Christmas. I own the two Egyptian gods. I bought that because I'm like King Tut obsessed from the Batman 66 stuff. So like,
And they're gonna do more of those. So
and I will be on board, So yeah, so like there's definitely I can't knock anything that the company is producing. But for me, like I probably wouldn't dig into Mythic or Cosmic because I mean I have like a shelf that's filling up.
That's
you
a
know?
cosmic shelf. Yeah.
So I would be like sacrificing space for future Marvel characters that I'm nostalgically attached to in order to display characters I don't know. So like that's probably why I wouldn't. But it's it's not to say they're not beautiful figures or like a great value for what they cost. But yeah, it's just like I'm gonna be more niche with this than anything,
That's what I was saying to you, Kenny, earlier. Is like that's what does it for David. Is that part of the nostalgia? It's more of those characters that he has the attachment to. Right. That's what's going to drive the Marvel Legends collecting, the DC collecting. Whereas somebody like me, I like the creative side of it. So something a little bit more unique. That's what drives it more for me. And that's what's cool about there being so much of this stuff is there is something for everybody out there outside of Marvel Legends, outside of Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, Plunderlings. Like there is so much stuff in this room alone and in my bedroom that is just, there's toys everywhere. And they're all so unique and they're all so different. There's Zelda, there's Final Fantasy. I've got an entire shelf of Plunderlings above the door. I've got all my Marvel Legends, my Ronin Warriors, I have a Max figure, I have an Earthworm Jim figure. There's so much that whatever it is that kind of reignites that fire in you, there's something for you, and I love it.
Thank you, John, for the $5 super chat from Compulsive Collector. Hopefully, the start of a new camera fund. Well, John, it might go towards that. Or
I ain't asking for the world here. I'm just asking for an 8-ball and $2 million.
You're $5 closer.
$5 closer. We're getting there. Brian Merchant
Yes.
says Monster Force starting to do that
I
for
got
him.
my first one. They're pretty much what I expected. I expected them to be very, very similar to Action Force. I do like, again, vampires. Vampires are a weakness for me, and I am 100% in on all of the girls that they just showed recently, like Red Riding Hood. All over those. Yep, and they're gonna hang out with Pandora and her girls. It's such a sucker for that.
I picked up a Monster Force. The Egyptian head in the white suit.
The Pharaoh, right? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like the main bad guy.
Yeah.
The Fallen
I have
King
that.
or the Forgotten King.
Yes, the Forgotten King. And I ordered 3 of the General Brown figure because you can like swap out his head and neck
Different heads,
for like
right?
Yeah.
So I just haven't shipped yet from BBTS, but I've pre-ordered 3 of those. So, but but to your point, Cloud, it's like Four Horsemen provides so many different entry points to what they are putting out. If you resonate with the Jersey Devil and lore like that, or if you resonate with Sword and Sorcery, you have Mythic. If you resonate with space-faring characters, you have Cosmic. So like I do love that they don't pigeonhole themselves into one thing. Like they really do. They're reaching out to appeal to a lot of different I don't know, whatever, different
pockets of the collector
different
community.
realms. Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Why it won't stop.
StreamYard does that stupid crap where the auto loop is automatically on. The loop track button is automatically clicked. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta unclick now. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. David, you popped in here at the end, so I guess officially your
My
perfect
attendance record holds.
attendance record. It holds.
Well,
It counts.
what about David's pickups?
Oh yeah, pickups.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, David, so go ahead and go over your pickups. Everybody, it's been a great time. Bye.
Disrespectful.
We got Wolverine, Venom,
And that's it.
Silver
That's my pickup.
Samurai.
Yeah.
Oh, great pickups.
Mine's in my pile of loot, waiting.
Kenny just handed those down to you.
For you to activate it, to ship it. Cloud?
So Wolverine and Silver Samurai are in there, and then we got like absolutely butt rushed with a bunch of Final Fantasy import figures. So I should probably just ship it because there's a couple of Yuffie figures in there for Kessie. But I'm gonna wait because like it's the tax on that is gonna. So I'm waiting.
Kenny, did you mention that you told me about CMD, and I had to pass?
I did not. We did not discuss CMD, and so
Checks
yeah.
wasn't cleared,
While we're on the subject, so they did put a banner on their website. They are shipping to the U.S. again, but they have incorporated the tariffs there. So I also looked at these prices because they do have the X-Men 97, the new wave up, right, with like Cable, Jubilee, and all of them. So I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna, maybe I will get a couple of these, and maybe I did, but maybe I'm also not proud of that. But so we were talking about it, and yeah, so after everything, the price is there's a good jump in the price. It seems like it's not so much worth it currently. It used to be just a couple, like $2 or $3 more per figure. Now you're looking at a significant markup. So
yeah,
it's like,
stings ever so slightly more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wait for Amazon to ship them on the 2nd of October. I'm gonna bypass the tariff fees a bit. Not worth it.
At least attempt to, right? At least attempt to. But guys, before we sign out, Cloud, where can all these great people find you, my friend?
I am on Instagram at Cloud_network.
Link is in the
and
description.
I am on I'm in the Cabal a bit, but I've got a bunch of pictures lined up I was doing earlier during Stan streams over the next couple of days, and then I've got this big old box of cosmic figures that's gonna get behind the lens too. So plenty of stuff in the works.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to those awesome pictures, Cloud. You can also find Kenny. Kenny, where are you again?
It's this website called YouTube. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. YouTube, Instagram, actually pretty much everywhere you can find stuff. Yeah, I'll be there.
Encounter all the culture.
That's
Links in the description of every live stream on this channel. Kenny's Instagram, his YouTube channel. Make sure you're there every Thursday. If he's there Friday, just wait. Show up on Thursday and wait till Friday, okay?
That's right.
Just stay in that waiting room. David, you can always find him here usually, right, David? And also on Instagram.
Yeah, at David_Evan_Smith. And I made it. I was so nervous. I was going to lose my streak.
I was stalling. Don't worry. I was stalling. Okay.
David
I pretended like I didn't know how to put an action figure together. Okay. That was for you.
I mean,
like,
none of us are lucky with the model kits, apparently. Ask St. James. But yeah, I'm glad I made it. I'm glad the streak holds. So perfect attendance record since I joined. Yay. And I'm sorry I missed most of the chatter, but if I made it in time for the tier ranking list, then I'm good. We're still doing that?
Yeah, let me bring it back up.
Jesus Christ. Andrew, where can everybody find you?
Oh, usually in a basement or here on Saturday nights. I also have an Instagram that I rarely post to, but it's in the description.
There's some in there.
Yeah.
Also, guys, we can't leave without doing this.
Oh, wow.
David, time to make up for all that missed work.
Did we retype this? What's going on? There's new fonts?
Yeah, new font. New font. Make it a little different. Kenny said that the MVPs looked like it bothered him that they had the same font as the lessers.
It's true.
So it needed to be emboldened.
This font. You chose this font.
Yeah, emboldened.
Is this Impact font? Is that what that is?
Yes. It's like one of the most popular fonts, David. Do you
okay.
I feel like there's an issue.
All right, that's fine. No, just go with whatever's popular, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do around here, David. That's what we do.
The justified MVPs: Z-Man 12 Bat, Compulsive Collector John Morrissey, David Evan and Smith, me, St. James, Encountered Culture, that guy up there. Bring Toys to Work, Dan Who Reviews, Gregory Trejo, and then the Justified: Christopher Allen, Displayed Once, Kurt K. Calls Cave, You Boys Got Toys, Super Turk 5000, Jay's Toy Collection UK, Chi Chi Collects, Jared Byrne, Jesse Hubbard, Justin Booth, Stu for Lunch, and Cleva's Multiverse. Bam.
So much, David. We also had a new Justified MVP join today, Home Dude. So thank you again, Home Dude.
Oh. On the MVP list? On the tier? On the
list?
He did.
Yes. He must be wealthy.
Also, thank you to Professor Soundwaves. I did see you pop in here near the end, or at least into the chat. Again, Cloud, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us and backing me up with all the Mythic Legions talk. I've been wanting to talk Legions for a couple episodes here lately, and these guys just I'm slowly turning Kenny and Andrew towards them a little bit. David's not going to budge. He's got those heels dug in. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Stay tuned. The outro now it's got Kenny's fire intro in the outro. The in-out outro. But see you guys next Saturday.
Saturday night and we're live at 9. Yeah. Saturday night and we're live at 9. You know that means it's justified. Just Justin collects, making the connect. Kubo has 2 strings, don't disrespect. Andrew is a Jedi, but he's seeing the dark side. Down in the basement for the 28th time. Now there's David, Evan, and Smith. 3,000 action figures for the toy sluts and basic bitches. Your boys got toys to bring the noise. Love the imports, but McFarlane he avoids. And counterculture is in the space. Superman for days, like it's a race. Now that's justified. Now that's justified. Now that's justified. Saturday night and we're live at 9. Saturday night and we're live at 9.
Andrew, entertain the chat.